Hi folks, this is Dragon. This is a video series on sustainable food supply. One of the first things you've got to do is of course sprout seedlings. Some people have greenhouses, big and small. Around here greenhouses don't tend to last too long, particularly in the severe summer storms we get. So there's another alternative that may be of interest to you, and it's actually perfect for urban areas where you've got limited space for a greenhouse and a garden. But it goes back to the junkyard supermarket I was referring to in an earlier video. Being plastic soda bottles or drink bottles like these. That's a 2 litre one, that's a slightly smaller one. You can use different sizes. Whatever you like. Now, what I did was mark the date on there, 22nd of November. I made this one up, and I'll go into that later on. Very simple to make. Planted some corn seeds in here, and see what happened. Now, 6 years ago, roughly, wildflies and myself we're out at our alternate side, the height of the drought, and we're looking at more efficient ways for sprouting seeds, not only for water efficiency but also to protect them from insects and other little critters that like to chew seedlings up as soon as they poke their heads above the ground, as we all know. The advantage of these is it protects the seedling as it sprouts. Creates its own microclimate in there. I can honestly say with these two that I've got here in front of me, once it was set up with the soil moisture, I didn't have to add any more moisture to it. The idea being is that when you put it together, moisten the soil, put the seeds in, close it up, and with the heat of the day, the moisture evaporates out of the soil, condenses on the inside of the container, and eventually fogs back down and moisturises the soil again. They're also a good idea too. They're very space saving, as I said, particularly for urban areas. But whether you're homesteading or at your alternate site, they're perfect for that. They protect the plant from all those little critters that love to eat it. Will protect it from hail, and are very robust, and they're also reusable, which is good. A couple of things you've got to remember is if you find these bottles, they've got to have the lids, and they've got to be in good condition, no cracks or holes in them or anything like that. So the one I'm holding here at the moment, I planted late last month. I actually planted corn seeds in. This idea can sometimes shorten the sprouting time of seeds. These corn seeds are up in 4 days. Some other seeds may take longer, some may take shorter, depending on a variety of factors. The other thing is too that with seasonal plantings, if you want to get a little bit of time ahead of yourself, you can set these up in a warm area inside when you're coming towards the end of winter, as long as they've got light. And as soon as you think that it's ready to plant, your seedlings are already there, ready to go. Just put them in the soil, transplant them into another pot or a veggie patch or anything, but that gives you, in some cases, 7 to 10 day head start. Alright, I'll take the top off this one. I let them go a little bit longer just to show viewers how healthy these are. These are at a point now where if I tried to transplant them they would probably die, because if you can zoom in now, I've got button nose behind the camera. If you can just zoom in on that, these are pretty well root bound. I did that for a reason, just for the purpose of this video, to show how healthy these plants are when they grow, sprout and grow inside these containers. So I'll take the top off it. And you can see the water there, that's condensation inside, and normally that will drip back into the soil and keep it hydrated. So there we go folks, nice healthy corn sprouts. That was up in 4 days. I planted a couple more later on. These ones here. I'll find a little pointer. The ones on the bottom of the container there. Okay, that's probably around about the size you'll need to do a transplant if you want to put them in pots or garden beds. These ones are a little bit longer. As I said, these are root bound, so if I try to transplant these, they probably won't survive too well. So that's the idea behind it, folks. The other one, planted on the 29th of November, pea sprout, sorry. They took about 5 to 7 days to sprout. Once I'd set it up, I didn't have to add any water. I just used normal soil in here, no fertilisers or anything like that, but you can if you want to, be that commercial or natural fertilisers, and as you can see, they're quite healthy. If you need to add water, you can either take the top off, add the water. As I said, when I planted these, I haven't had to add any water to them at all. Or you can take the top off and just pour it in. If you need to put fertiliser, liquid fertiliser, just pour it in the top there, or you can take it off there. You can also seal these up with duct tape or gaffer tape around the join there if it becomes a problem. But generally they don't lose much moisture out of them. They're pretty self-sustaining. Bacteria in the soil creates carbon dioxide, which is essential for these plants to photosynthesize when the sun's out. And also, I've had these sitting out in the sun, and that soil is quite warm, so soil temperature is another important aspect of trying to sprout vegetable seeds. As you may have noticed on the forum, our weather has been too kind to us. I tried to grow tomatoes in one of these, and it was at a time where we had cool temperatures and it just didn't work out too well. So that's that idea. Junkyard supermarket. Find these around. Make sure you've got the lid with it so you can seal it up, stop any moisture escaping or evaporating out through the top. Pretty self-sustaining, and they're reusable. Now the way to make it, it's very simple. I've got a 2 litre bottle here, actually it's 2.25 litres. You can use any size bottles you want. The bigger the better. You can get more seedlings in there, and you can possibly companion plant seedlings in there too, so that's another option to look at. But basically the bottle looks like that when I had it. To save a bit of camera time, I cut it and prepared it. So cut it around about the centre of the bottle. Now when you try and put it all back together, it's not going to work. So what you have to do, what I did, is cut a slit in the top half of it, probably about 1 inch or 2 inches long. So when you press it in, it overlaps. Just like that. You might finish up with a bit of a bubble here. Don't worry too much about that, as long as these are overlapping and it stops most of the moisture from escaping as it's evaporating from the soil. The idea is the water evaporates from the soil, condenses on the inside of this, and eventually it dribbles back down in the soil, rehydrating it. So it's very simple. A very good way to sprout seeds, helps protect them. Space savers as opposed to greenhouses. I've got nothing against greenhouses, but they are high profile, and in urban areas you may not have enough room for a good sized greenhouse and a veggie plot. So this is another alternative to sprouting seeds, and it works quite well. At our alternate site, the height of the drought, we use that method primarily as a water saver, but we had a lot of critters out there that love to chew up our gardens. And no, why mesh didn't save them, because they used to trample it down. So it worked very well out there at the height of the drought. A water saver, as I said, help protect the seedlings. When they're at the right age, the right size, you can transplant them into some other pot or a veggie patch or something like that. So bear in mind that some seedlings may take longer to sprout than others. Some vegetable seedlings don't take very kindly to transplanting, so I guess you're going to have to look that up for yourselves, but that's the basic idea behind it. Protects your seedlings, self-sustaining water saver, very economical. These plastic bottles, reusable, and get you off to a good start for a sustainable food supply. Thank you very much, folk. I hope it's an idea that may help some of you. Works well. Thank you.